shadow.
In his first story, the Shadow operated mostly behind the scenes, acting more like a supporting player than a star. His early adventures are full of vanishings, fireworks, surprises, and what Mr. Gibson called mysterioso atmosphere, with the Shadow directing the action from off stage. The early adventures remind me of the old movie serial cliffhangers. Reading them is like watching a great magic show that has lots of fantastic tricks but no star magician. Instead, the tricks are performed by the Shadow's agents. The Shadow has a network of secret agents, and he recruits each one of us personally. Here is an official portrait. We're organized like a spy ring operating on foreign soil, and we act as proxy heroes for the Shadow, while he remains at the edge of the action, pulling strings like a master puppeteer. But when we need him, he always appears in person, usually at the last possible minute to rescue us from the clutches of scheming gangsters or spring us from the tender mercies of creaking torture racks. Over the years, the Shadow saved all of us 1,000,000 times. Shh! Quiet! I snuck into the Shadow's secret center. And now I'm going to open his classified files. Oh, if he catches me, oh my God. Oh, I know what this is. He likes to cut up our secret reports and repaste them together. It's very expository. That's one way he knows. Autographed photos. I never liked the shot. I think his nose looks too big. Some kind of puzzle. Interesting. Okay, here we go. It's time to meet the Shadow's agents. Here's the Shadow's right-hand man, Harry Vincent. Evening Clarion and New York Classic reporter, Clyde Burke. Underworld contact, Cliff Marsland. Expert tracker, Hawkeye. And reformed safecracker Tapper.
I think that's 2 of us. 3 of us.
Doctors, I said Hawkeye and Tapper, not Trapper. Anyway. Black Giant, Jericho Droop. Cab driver, Mo Shrevnitz. Communications contact, Burbank. Detective Joe Cardona. Commissioner Wainwright Barth. And last but not least, the Radio Shadow's constant companion, me, the lovely Margo Lane.
Cranston's friend and companion, the lovely Margo Lane, is the only person who knows to whom the voice of the invisible Shadow belongs.
I was created by Harry Charlow, the same scriptwriter who originally named the Shadow, and I first appeared in 1937 on the Shadow radio series, where I was played by Agnes Moorehead.
Oh, Margo, we make this a large evening, a couple of hours at the Club Caliph. Does that intrigue you?
Lovely, but not too late. I have an appointment at 10 in the morning at the Women's Club. They're trying to get some action on this terrible narcotic situation.
Yes, I read about that.
Stuff's being peddled all over town. They've found school children using it, society women. Why, it's already caused a half dozen
Yes, I
suicides.
know. It's terrible stuff.
Oh, it needs the Shadow to get at the bottom of it.
Agnes appeared in more than 100 movies, including Citizen Kane with her shadow co-star Orson Welles. But she's probably most famous for her flamboyant role as Samantha Stevens' outrageous magical mother in Dora on the Bewitched TV series.
You're not serious.
I'm totally serious. And believe it or not, Margo Lane didn't even show up in the Shadow Pulps until 1941. And no explanation was given how I became involved with the Shadow until over a year later.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true. On December 1st, 1942, readers finally learned how I originally met the real Lamont Cranston on a Caribbean cruise. Then, 2 days after we landed, I happened to run into Lamont again at a nightclub. But it was really the Shadow disguised as Lamont. And the Shadow didn't even tell me that he sometimes posed as Lamont for I don't know how long. But when he finally told me, I decided to help out. I love helping the Shadow, especially when he's fighting crimes involving high society in the nightclub scene, which is fitting because my character, Margo Lane, was based on the Broadway actress Margo Stevenson, and I was named after her too. Between the radio shows and the pulps, I've had more adventures with the Shadow than anyone. Oh, we were always getting into trouble. Or at least I was. The Shadow once said, whenever trouble is coming up, I know it from the way Margo gets into it. He should talk. Lamont is twice as bad as me. Don't even get me started on his old college buddies. Oh, what a bunch of nuts. I think he went to a university for mad scientists or something. I'm serious. For a while there, it seemed like we were running into a different college buddy of his every week, and they were all madmen. But to be honest, there were plenty of crazy women too, Shadow fans. So, let me tell you one last thing before I say goodbye. You've probably heard,
Oh, no.
but evil lurks in the hearts of men a million times. Margo knows. But guess what else the Shadow knows?
My name is Margo Lane.
This is Miss Lane, and I'm Lamont Cranston. Margo?
Shadow! Shadow!
Margo, you're right. Don't touch that girl.
Margo, you've got to help me.
Are you lying to me, baby? You can't say
Lamont, please don't go. Please.
Margo?
the shadow knows. Shadow knows. You and the shadow knows.
Get back, Margo, quickly!
Lamont, tell me what to do.
Hey, be careful, Margo. Watch how you're driving.
Go to the step on.
I'd like to get there all in one piece.
This is a fine time to tell me that.
Don't you hear me tonight? The moment I leave you, shadow knows. Shadow knows.
Lamont, please don't go.
Will you? You lie to me again.
Lamont, look out behind you.
And won't I believe you? Shadow knows. Shadow knows.
Take your hands off that girl.
Shadow ain't talking. Oh, tell me they've seen you in the moonlight, holding a stranger so long.
Shadow! Shadow!
Lying to me, baby.
Stand by, Margo.
Kisses. Only the shadow knows. Shadow. You and the shadow know. Only the shadow knows. Shadow knows. You and the shadow know.
Get out of the way, Margo.
Shadow!
And this is the shadow.
You and the shadow know.
It's hard to tell whether I really know the man or only the shadow.
Don't
miss our next lethal chapter, Super Criminal.